How long are you waiting for? Alright, just got to the shop. It's 9:30. No. Good morning, guys. Just got to the shop. About to pull the C6 out, get it ready for the new parts. About to wash it, clean all the radiator and everything. Oh, it's gonna be his day today. All right, so the C6 is back inside the shop. Washed it, scrubbed it, vacuumed the inside again. Last time I vacuumed it, and then I blew out the doors and everything just like blew back inside. So that's all done. It's time to get it back on the lift, start cleaning underneath, get everything all sorted and situated. Here we go. Alright, about to get this thing back on the lift. We got Ash right here. Ryan washing Justin's S13.
What up, everybody? I am back. Tino's kind of been working on the car while I've been gone. I was at the DMV registering my truck. It was the worst. But car's up on the lift. It's good. Tino's taking out the fuel cell. Just got to rebuild the pumps, change the foam out, standard stuff for every year. So you can see in here, it's actually the stock fuel tank, if some of you guys remember from before, but FuelSafe built a bladder in there. So you can see like all the AN lines coming in and out. There's 2 in-tank fuel pumps, Aeromotive 340s, plus the Aeromotive 5 gallon per minute brushless on the way out. So he's
Is this a full fucking tank?
It might be full.
Oh my god.
That's why we tried to drain it, but the power didn't work because I got everything taken out of the car. So I was like, oh, we'll just deal with it another time. Look, we even got halfway ready. We had it ready with the tank, but oh well. I'm gonna let him do that. I'm gonna let him struggle a little bit, and I'm gonna take these doors off because they are destroyed. Maybe I'll help him. Full boy?
Yeah.
Ah, it's got some fuel. So you can see this is the fuel cell, the top plate, 2 in-tank pumps. That is a in-tank fuel pressure sensor because there's a pressure pod in there that has 10 psi head pressure. So we will get this thing cleaned up and get it off to FuelSafe and let them do their thing so we can keep going on the cleaning.
Ready? Yep. Yeah, these things. Hey, but are they Kevlar?
Oh, I thought I was gonna be pretty smart here, and I got a paint pen, and I'm gonna mark exactly where these bolts were, because these doors take a little bit to line up. So I'm gonna mark them, so I know exactly where to put the nuts back in to line it up. Smart, smart. Yeah. Finning. Yeah. Shake it out. It's just junk in there. Putting parts up top. We are getting things organized here since now that we're at the point where the car is in like a million pieces. There's stuff here, there's stuff here. So putting all the big stuff up top because we do have upstairs storage up there. That's where I keep like body panels. You can see seats, all the Lucas stuff. I have all my hardware organized here. These are muffin tins. It's like one of my favorite way to keep hardware organized. Little things, some clutch stuff. Still have to like disassemble that whole rear suspension corner, send the axles out to drive shaft shop. But yeah, we're getting to it. It's Tuesday, New Year's Eve, and the shop is going hard. Everyone is going. So I wanted to kind of say thanks to these guys especially. I mean, they're working on New Year's Eve. I can't thank them enough. So wanted to take the opportunity to show you guys around my shop a little bit. So back here we have my area where I do all my Formula Drift stuff, the work on the competition cars and on my personal cars. So this is kind of my area here, but as you can see, I'm standing right in front of a customer's car too. So I wanted to talk about that, the customer stuff a little bit. We do everything here at Drift Cave, other than body and paint. Like, that's the only thing that we don't do. For that stuff, we send it over to No End Customs, which is right down the street. But everything else we do here, the fabrication, the building, the assembly, suspension work, alignments, anything that you can think of, welding, all of that. So this is a customer's car. It's an SR20. He did the swap himself, but kind of not running exactly right. So he brought it to us. We're probably gonna check the timing, check for vacuum leaks, that sort of stuff, and just gonna move along. This is our bandsaw. This is our fabrication area here, so you can see some of the fabrication tools and equipment that we use. This is CNC plasma, horizontal vertical bandsaw, belt sanders, notchers, our tiny little lathe over there. This is another customer car here, and it's got like a full roll cage, chrome alloy, TIG welded, blah, 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 all the gussets, all the baller stuff. RX-7 FC, it needed an engine rebuilt, so we sent it down to some builders in Southern California so that they could freshen up the engine, and then it's going to come back, and it's just getting like normal maintenance-y stuff that goes along with that. This is like a really, really nice car. I'm stoked on this thing. We didn't have too much to do with it. It was already built when it came to us, but we had to fix some issues, finish up some stuff. But it's like a beautiful, beautiful Chevelle. And the reason why they brought it to us, because it's a supercharged LS. So anything LS related that's making big power, guys like to bring it to us, especially if they're local, since everything that we do in the competition car. So this, oh, these guys they're going over here. Let me come back to it. But here we got Ryan and Andy. They're working on, this is the RX-7 FC engine. Look at that double team right there. The vacuum and the grinding. They're getting that, like all the manifolds, all the gasket surfaces cleaned and prepped up because they're starting to like assemble the exterior components on that engine over there. Here we have Ash working on another customer's car. Like, this is a pretty serious, basically a pro level build, S13 supercharged LS. It's dry sump. So right now Ash is working on all the dry sump plumbing and mounting things. Like, he's mounting the supercharger water pump right now. So this is a box that has the water for the supercharger itself, and you can see right here that he's actually not even making a bracket. He's using the battery box, and he's going to put two studs coming out of the battery box so that it can mount this supercharger water pump. But you can see back here it's got all the right things: CNR radiator, fuel safe fuel cell, Canton products for all the water system. This car was fabricated, like the majority of it, the roll cage, from another shop, and then it came to us to kind of finish up other things. Like, we did the steering column and the pedal mounts, and Aaron came and did all the wiring for this thing. Yeah, let me go over here and show some of the wiring that Aaron did. Switch panel provided by the customer. He got a deal with Painless, so they sent him a bunch of stuff. So Aaron went ahead and made his Painless setup work. Obviously we had to add some relays for certain things and control, but it's all like nice connectors. It's running on a Holley ECU. You can see this is where like the water lines and some of the oil lines are going to go, and so that they can be covered, because the dry sump tank is back here, so that needs to get all covered up as well. Really, really nice car. But yeah, that's the shop. I wanted to kind of introduce these guys to you, and just be on the lookout, because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff that's just shop related, not just stuff working on my car. Like, I'm going to have these guys film their own content. This is Andy.
What's up, guys?
I'm sure some of you guys have seen him. He's very active on Instagram and all his social platforms. That he posts a lot of the work that he does. He's super smart. Andy, how long have you been working with us now?
Going on
3
years.
3 years now. So yeah, Andy's been with us for 3 years, and it was honestly like the best thing that has ever happened to the shop. It's like, this is the guy who's here on time, opens up the shop, stays late, and what's even better is that he has his own drift car. He has a white C5 that he just got done and beat the crap out of it at Winter Jam. So it was really cool to have like all the guys in the shop. We all drift, like we all have drift cars, and this is our passion. Even Ryan's over here. This is actually my cousin. Ryan's over here. Ryan's been working for 2 years now with us, 2 years. Probably 2 years, and he has a G35 that he's just got a new engine back in, because as many of you guys know, G35 stuff like timing chain breaks like immediately. The second you seem to get it and you think that it's going good, the timing chain breaks. We got a old little Crash Ash over here.
I don't crash no more.
I don't crash no more. You crashed at Winter Jam, actually.
I touched.
Ash is one of the younger guys who, actually, you guys are the same age, huh? No, you're...
I think I'm actually older.
Oh, damn. Well, act like it, son. We actually built a 350Z, like a Pro-Am car for Ash, and as we were putting it back together for him, he kept bugging us, hey man, let me help if you guys need anything. I thought this kid had no skill, didn't know what he was doing, but he kept bothering the shit out of us, wanting to come help on his own car. So we finally said, yeah, you can come help and help us assemble and do what you need to do on your car, because we thought that it was going to be good for him to work on his own car, so that when he takes it, he knows what's going on. And I mean, once we finished his car, I was like, damn, this kid's got pretty good skill, and we offered him a job. So now he's been working with us for a little over a year. I'm gonna walk out and show you guys his car. Just like Andy's daily driver, Chow's beater, Chow's like actual drift car. S15 that Gocha drove a couple of years ago at Formula Drift Long Beach. It's owned by Katya over in Russia, but she doesn't really drive it anymore, so it just kind of sits. This is Ash's car. This thing is really nice. It's a powder coated chassis. Nice, like it's basically a Formula Drift Pro 2 ready car minus maybe some horsepower, because this is just a naturally aspirated LS3 crate engine from GM. We put a Texas Speed cam in it. It has like an ISR swap kit, so it's got all the headers and long tubes and everything. I think it made 490 or 485 wheel, something like that, and that's like stock with the cam, stock. Nice CNR radiator, spall fans, of course AEM intakes, you know, all the normal stuff that we do on like the competition cars on my side, we put into all the customers' builds. Go over here. Like Ash himself, he built himself windows. Like when we built the car, we didn't do windows, so the kid's got skills, man. I mean, you can see, even though the car has been thrashed for a year and hasn't been washed on the interior in like forever, still really nice. You can see clean, simple AIM Data Sports digital dash. This is the actual data logger. He pulled the gearbox out because he had a problem with his release bearing. It just started leaking, so it was time to rebuild it at Winter Jam. So he's doing that. Let's see what else we got back here. We built a firewall for it so that he can have his AccuSump, batteries in the back, radium surge tank, because this still has a stock fuel tank on this car. You can see all of our dead tire pile out here. Shop's a bit of a mess out here, if I'm being honest with you. Blown up G35 engines, that's what they do. Wheels, tires, trailers out there. Come back in on the other side. This is our like vinyl room, break room. This is Andy's son, Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy? Yeah. Vinyl cutter. You can see all of our things here. When we do decide to eat lunch at the shop, this is our room that we eat in. Come back around. See the dirt bikes, my car, and my area. I'll go back and show you guys the office. This is mine and Chow's office. I'm sure you guys know that guy, Daniel Chow. He's my spotter for Formula Drift. He's also my business partner here. He really runs the back end of the shop, right? He does all the scheduling, all the invoicing. He collects the money. I'm a little bit hands off with that. I try to keep myself out there and out of the office as much as possible. But this is kind of something that we are both really proud of. This is the trophy collection from basically all the pro stuff. This is the stuff out in China, all the Formula Drift trophies here, some cool carbon Kevlar ones from when I went to Latvia, all the helmets. This is my workstation here. This is everyone's best friend, Kramer. This is Chow's desk. This is where the money gets collected. We have the customers sit down here and start writing the checks. Oh, business calls. Yeah, so that's enough of that, and it's time for me to get to work. Got to do some welding. I am going to weld up this water pump. This is from that S13 back over there. Cap, this is where the heater core normally hooks up to, but since we're not running a heater core, it's rear mounted radiator. Made this plate, gonna drop that on and weld it, but before I do so, I'm gonna prep it, acetone, a little acetone on the rag here, and then wipe the surface down. See, there's obviously Sharpie marks and stuff on it from where Ash made the bracket, so I'm gonna wipe it off, clean it, and then fire that bad girl up and get going on it. So I'm pretty sure that the water pump has like some coating on it or something, because my welds look like absolute death. And then I checked that, I'm like, oh, okay, that went clean and this was dirty. So I'm gonna grind maybe the outside coating off and then get this plate off and start over. Pro tip too, I just realized I haven't made this sweatshirt into a shop one. This is hanging over a grinder, you'll probably get strangled, so just get rid of that. Then you won't die, won't get sucked into the wheel. So I figured out why this thing was welding like shit. As you can see right here, all my test marks, or my test welds, and all of this, like this is not good, and this is good, and then it's good now. I blew out the welder, I changed the tungsten, I cleaned the torch, I cleaned the grounds, I did everything, cleaned the rod, cleaned this, and it ended up being that this bottle, even though it says argon compressed that it's good, it's fucked. It's fucking fucked. It's no good. So I put my other bottle on there, because with TIG it has to be pure argon, so I don't know if that's like a mix of argon CO2, like it was supposed to be a MIG welding gas cylinder or something, but either way, it's figured out. So now I'm actually gonna be able to weld it. Jeez, waste like an hour or two. Oh, there we go! Yeah! Literally what I've been trying to do all day. Not all day. Done.
So as of right now, I got all the oil lines off. We're draining them. After they're done being drained, I'll clean them out. And over here, just took off the coolant hose heat wrap. It was all disgusting and everything.
You guys want to see a bad decision that Chow's about to make? Look at this. He's gonna go buy a Mercedes SUV.
What are you doing, Chow?
That's what I need in my life right now.
That's terrible.
Oh, I mean, it looks sick as fuck.
So I'm gonna take out the intercooler and ship it out to CNR, get a new one.
So I talked to Rambo over
And
he was like,
that's it for right now. Next thing I'm gonna do is take off the fuel pressure regulator, get that ready for a rebuild. Fuel pressure regulator's off. Gonna put this to the side till it's ready to get rebuilt. I think next thing, let's see. Next thing, change fuel filter and fuel pump. Got a little list right here. Yeah, time to change the fuel filter and fuel pump.
What the hell's going on out there? Fucking revving engines and shit? What are you doing, dude?
I have voltage issues right now.
Oh, your alt's not charging, dude? How do you know that? You don't even have a volt gauge.
I do right there.
Where?
Center gauge.
What are you talking about? It says 13.8.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
13.8's great.
I know, but it won't. It just keeps cranking and cranking. Either I got low compression, spark plugs are going to shit.
Nah, it's probably your battery, dude. Just leave it. Just drive this fucker home before it gets dark. Look, this dude don't even have headlights, and the sun is setting right now, and he's worried about voltage.
I got 18 minutes to get home.
Well, you better hurry the hell up, dude. Get lost, sucker. These kids, man, these kids. We got this kid over here. We got Ash even playing with this damn streetcar right now. Trying to go home, man. It's New Year's Eve, dude. Let's go drink some beers. God, these kids. He's gonna have a meet anyways, that's the end. That's it. Done with this video. Done with episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the walking around the shop and getting to know the guys. I'm gonna be doing more of that too. Just some episodes are gonna strictly focus on this, and some stuff is probably gonna strictly focus on the shop. I'm gonna get these guys going on their GoPros so that they're up to speed in filming, so that you guys can follow along and watch what's going on here at Drift Cave, because there's a lot of different stuff, and some of the time I can't just be working on this. I got to be working on customers' cars too. So have a happy new year, everybody. I hope you guys have some fun. Be safe. I'm out. I'm gonna go get drunk.